Hey, you all have been dropping some great story ideas in the comments. So today's story comes from a Reddit user. My wife insisted we take separate cars to her parents' anniversary party. On the way there, my car got hit. Now her parents hate me. My wife and I were invited to her parents' 35th anniversary party. Her parents are really old school and wanted a nice formal event with all their friends and family. It was a black tie event. I couldn't find a babysitter for our two kids, so my wife dropped them off at her parents' house beforehand. Then she picked me up and we drove to the reception together. She dropped me off, then went to park her car. The whole time I'm thinking, wow, this place is huge. There is no way I am finding a parking spot close enough that I don't have to walk far, but sure enough, there's a sign right outside that says, reserved parking for Rick and Stacy. We go inside and I see her parents. They were both dressed to the nines. After hugs and congratulations, her mom turns to me and says, "So where's Stacy? She should have been here 5 minutes ago." I told her she just parked her car and was probably looking for me. Her mom got on the phone and started yelling at her, saying something about how she was late and how it looked like she didn't care about her parents or the anniversary. It turns out the reception was already running late because they couldn't get it started without my wife. As it turns out, she got a ticket because she parked in a loading zone, and when her dad called her to tell her she wasn't at the reserved parking spot, she couldn't leave. I asked if I could go out and get her, but her mom said something about how I should be more of a man and not be a whipped husband. I ended up having to sit through the whole reception while her parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, and cousins all showed up. Finally, her mom came out and said she needed to talk to me. She told me that she was very disappointed in me for not making sure my wife was there on time and that it was my fault she got a ticket. She said that if I loved my wife, I would have driven her to the reception and made sure she got there on time. I was stunned. I told her that we agreed that she would drop me off so that we could both find parking. And it wasn't my fault she parked in a loading zone. Then her mom dropped the final bomb. She said that it was my fault that they were now running late and that it was going to look bad if they had to wait for me to go and pick my wife up. So they decided to start the reception without us. To say I was pissed was an understatement. So I walked out, called an Uber and headed to my own parents' house. I texted my wife to meet me there. When she got there, she was crying. She said her parents yelled at her for an hour straight. Then they kicked her out. We were both so upset that we decided to drive back to her parents' house. I picked her up in my car. We honked the horn and yelled for them to come out so we could grab our things. After 15 minutes, her parents finally came out and loaded up the car for us. The next day, her mom called her and told her that she wasn't welcome at any future events unless I promised to never let it happen again. What happened to her parents? You're lucky to even have them in your life. Don't take them for granted. You know, I'm starting to think that maybe we should have just dropped them off at the nursing home. This has made me realize that even though they're getting older, they're still kids at heart, and it sounds like they're having a lot of fun. Maybe we should drop them off at the nursing home more often. Have you ever dropped someone off at the nursing home? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you like this story, please share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories. See you next time.